Heating your chicken coop is dangerous and unnecessary. And in this video, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you shouldn't do it. And at the end, I'm going to tell you what you should be doing to make sure that your chickens stay warm when it's especially cold out. You know, you have to remember, chickens aren't people. You know, chickens don't mind cold. It's actually harder for a chicken to cool down than it is for them to warm up. The average chicken's body temperature is between 104 and 107 degrees. That's incredibly hot. You think about the times that you've gotten into a hot tub and it was 102, 3, 4 degrees. It's kind of panic-inducing. You think, well, maybe this is too hot. Maybe this isn't safe. Well, a chicken goes around all day long hotter than that. So part of the reason why a chicken is capable of maintaining such high temperatures is because they have a fluffy coat of feathers, and they can fluff it up even more to make it even warmer. So right off the bat, chickens are suited for incredibly cold, even below freezing weather. Are you a little skeptical? Are you thinking, yeah, but he doesn't live where we live. It gets really cold here. Well, think about it. What are the cousins of chickens doing in the winter where you live? You know, pheasants, grouse, turkeys. They're outside all winter long with no protection, and they're fine. Your chickens actually have a huge advantage over them if they just have a basic coop. So, reason number 1 not to have a heated coop for your chickens is they're totally fine. I would say even happier in cold weather. The second reason is it can be deadly. When you think about it, especially in northern climates where it gets really cold, power loss happens probably most often in the winter. And so this means that there's a coop full of chickens that have learned that they don't need to keep themselves warm. The coop will do it for them. And so in those instances when there is a power loss, your chickens just die. There is no backup measure. The chickens aren't acclimatized, accustomed to getting their body temperature to where it needs to be for the weather appropriate in your area. And so that's the first reason. Secondly, the chicken coop environment is got to be one of the least electrical heating element friendly environments. There's dust from the bedding, there's the dust from their feathers. All of these things are very flammable. Add in a mix of chickens, which quite frankly, they're just not so bright, and that is a recipe for disaster. So based on everything that we've talked about, it makes the third point pretty obvious and simple, and that is it's expensive and unnecessary. You're spending money on something that your chickens really don't need. All of that said, there are some things that you should be doing to make sure that your chickens are staying warm when it's coldest. You need to ensure that the coop isn't drafty, but it is well ventilated. You need to ensure that they have fresh, clean, fluffy bedding on the floor of the coop. Sometimes that could be 6, 8 inches of bedding. And you need to ensure that they have access to fresh, clean water. I have a link in the description to a waterer that I recommend for just that purpose. And lastly, and perhaps most importantly, you need to make sure that you're working in unity with their metabolism. You see, I don't free feed my chickens. I have trained my chickens to expect the feeding in the late afternoon, early evening. Why? Well, the reason is, as their metabolism is digesting, their body heat is going to be the highest at night when it is usually coldest. And so I'm kind of working in harmony with the biology of the chicken to make sure that they have the fuel that they need to stay warm when it's coldest. There you go. Those are the reasons why you should not heat a chicken coop, and those are the things that you should do to make sure that they stay warm. Questions? Comments? I would love to hear what you have to say. And really quick, I should mention that if you're curious about my tractor and coop combination, I made a separate video all about how I made it, what I made it out of, where I got the materials, as well as how you can download the plans. Thank you for making it to the end of the video, and if you like this video, you might like these.